Britney Spears burst onto the music scene with an innocent schoolgirl image, but now she's all grown up with a new look and a new album due out this fall. The August issue of W magazine has captured Britney's new image, and Joe Z is W Magazine's fashion director. Joe, good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning.
These photos, which you've not shown on this program until now, are very voom, Joe.
Yes.
Whose vision was this? Was it the photographer's or was this Britney's?
Well, I think a lot of it was W Magazine. We wanted to do something that was an evolution of what Britney was about. And I think we've seen her sort of grow up in the media glare for the last 5 years since Baby One More Time. And I think with her last album, Britney, she really gave you a teaser into sort of her growing up and her sexuality.
And there you are looking at that. In fact, you know, in this video, we got this impression that, hey, she really is this cute little schoolgirl. This is the image that a lot of young women bought into, young girls, really. My daughter, in fact, bought into. Now let's switch over to some of these photographs. Did she say how she wanted to be, exactly how she wanted to be photographed, or did she say, this is another video, we'll see the photographs in just a moment, but there you go, take a look at that. Did she talk about, I want to be against this metal fence, I want to be in this position, or was this the photographer?
No, I think that was a lot of creative leeway between the magazine and the photographer, and I think Britney certainly had a lot of input into it because she certainly didn't do anything she didn't want to do. I think, you know, Britney is a teaser. I think there's a real paradox about Britney. She's a down-home, sweet Southern girl on her off time, and she's a real sort of vixen in her pop persona. And I think she's trying to sort of blend those two things together because we really did see her grow up all these years in the media glare.
Is she trying to blend this stuff together, or does she have to? For example, in the accompanying article in W Magazine, your writer, Rob Haskell, writes, with her ex-boyfriend Justin Timberlake writing the success of a hit solo album and touring the summer with Christina Aguilera, teen pop seems to be having a more sophisticated second coming without her. Later on, Spears has no choice but to push past the middle ground she sang about in her last hit single, the Growing Pains ballad, Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman. In other words, with her new album, there is a lot of pressure on her. Is that why we're seeing her reveal so much of herself?
Yeah, literally. I think she's at a real critical point, especially in her career right now, because I think she sort of has to grow beyond that teen pop phenomenon and to sort of really grow up for her fans as well and sort of push herself creatively in terms of the music that she does and sort of the songs that she puts out there. Yes, absolutely. I think this is a really critical time for her to either sort of burst or sort of continue, and I think she has so much potential to really sort of break through.
Break through as Madonna did. Madonna is a heroine, I guess, for Britney Spears, and she talks about this in the article. What were your impressions of Britney because you were there for the entire shoot?
Absolutely. I think the comparison between Madonna and Britney are just the sense that, you know, they are so revered in a certain sense in the pop culture phenomenon. I think that they're so to do what they have to do under the media glare constantly and sort of to live their life and to push their creative music, I think they just do what they want to do. And I think that they don't sort of play by any rules, that they sort of really push the envelope every chance that they can have.
Because they have to, really, don't you think? I mean, in other words, there's kind of a sense of always needing to get to the next level, to switch up. But she's only 21, Joe. I mean, this seems like a lot for a very young girl.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure to put on her, I think, you know, for her to sort of have to be a role model and all those things at the same time, I think that's a lot of pressure for anyone who's 21, much less to do it, you know, in sort of for the public as well. But I think the sort of real connection between her and Madonna is the fact that they really do push the envelope and really know how to sort of be one step ahead of the game.
Now, you interview celebrities all the time, or you talk to them or work with them. Have you worked with Madonna?
I have.
Do you see a relationship in terms of a connection in terms of what you see in Britney and what you see in Madonna?
Yeah, I think they're both very daring in their sort of creative process. I think they're willing to take a chance. They're willing to sort of lose a lot of their core audience, or willing to lose a lot of what they believe in to do what they want. And I think that's the important thing, because if you do what you believe in and what you're passionate about, it'll come through, whether it's in your music or your art or whatever sort of creative medium that you take.
So in terms of their personalities, though, when you talk to them, are they at all similar? One's a Southern belle, one's a New Yorker.
Yes.
Right? What else? Give me your impressions.
I think the similarities between the two of them definitely is that they're very serious about their craft, and they're very serious about
But when you talk to them, Joe, when you talk to them and just have a conversation, what is Britney Spears like?
Britney Spears is just a sweet 21-year-old girl, and I think that's what we always forget. She just wants to date, she wants to have fun, but she wants to do her music as well, and I think she's just doing it under intense public scrutiny.
She actually, despite these risque photos, says in the article that she has actually a very boring life. She says that, you know, she's yearning for just a kiss from someone.
Well, because I think if you look at it, I mean, even from a media angle, from where we work, it's much more fun to write about Britney Spears going out and dancing on tables and having a drink than to say she left the recording studio last night at 4 in the morning after recording all night.
But she was dancing on a couch anyway, and it was with a bunch of other people, she says.
Was. She just doesn't do it every night, you know. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she is also working a lot of the times, but that's just not fun media news.
She also says, though, in this article, which is in the media, and she's put it out as news, that she is no longer a virgin, and yes, she does smoke. What else are we going to learn in the magazine?
I think pretty much that she is just any 21-year-old girl. She likes to date, she likes boys, she likes shopping, but she also is really serious about the music, and she really wants to push it forward and sort of really sort of tease and sort of show people that she's grown up.
Do you feel sorry for her a little bit?
I don't feel sorry for her because I think she has a very privileged life, but I do feel sorry for her that she sort of has to live that life under such intense scrutiny, and I think that's not fair. That's a lot of pressure to put on someone who's 21. I don't think she ever signed up to be a role model. I think she really just signed up to do good music, and I think that's what she's trying to do.
Josie, nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
You're awful
nice to talk
guy.
to you.
And the new issue of W Magazine hits newsstands later this month. And up next, Matt sits down with legendary actor Sean Connery, but first, these messages.